but I can tell that I've shaken the entire fucking band of the school I went to. The fact that I fucking grew up reading Omegaverse smut is the why. I can't believe I just admitted that. Like, where are my heat suppressants, daddy? You know? Like, I don't think I'd be into that, but like, also like, maybe. Like, I think there's a lot of people who are worse than me, because I'm very bare bones about it. Like, I've gone into some stuff that I definitely regret reading and experiencing, but also that was at 3 a.m. when I was sleep drunk. So like, do I really remember most of it? No. Have I read about... nodding. Maybe. Did I regret it? Only a little bit. Mommy and daddy. That's why I'm here. Did I link him to AO3? What do you think? Oh, I've already talked to AO3 in like the Discord. That's not that bad. It is. If you go on AO3, don't look at bookmarks. I was reading. I was in a fluffy mood, you know. I wasn't reading smut. I wasn't doing anything hardcore. I was just reading fluff about beautiful women. And I was like, oh, let me go to my bookmarks. Let's see if anything's updated. I accidentally hit like the universal bookmarks tab of AO3. That shit is fucking disgusting. Like, I'm really tempted to just show it to you because it's fucking disgusting. The first thing I see, dead dove do not eat. Golden shower. Getting fucked so hard by that wolf dick that I come instantly. He fills me up. The knot, it's stuck. I can't get it out. Wolf daddy, woo. Like, those are the tags you see when you open bookmarks on AO3 that aren't yours. And it's scarring. It's anyway, because I'm not that bad. I'm pretty bad, but I'm not that bad. I feel like my version of I talked about this on stream during Borderlands. I was like, I'm so desensitized to horny shit that like, can I even get horny anymore? It's like, can my dick get hard? It's been so hard that my balls have been crushed by every woman and every kink that you could ever find. But I was like, oh, I want to do like a Q&A stream or something like sometime soon. Like with like a presentation and like stuff about me and everything. And I feel like I didn't do that. I feel like a lot of people like do that when they debut, but I didn't know I was going to be a VTuber. I didn't know I was going to be here doing this, talking to you. And, yeah, I want to do that. And when I was thinking about like stuff I could talk about, I remember this thing that like I kind of blocked out because it was so weird that I thought it was like a dream. But then Cupid brought it up and I was like, wait, that actually happened? That wasn't like my imagination writing it in like as a fan fiction, because I don't remember most of my childhood because it was so traumatizing that I don't want to remember it, and my body physically recoils anytime I try to remember anything from like a couple years ago. Who knows? But when I was thinking about it, I was like, wait, that actually happened? What actually happened is when I was a wee demon toddler. Me and my... not toddler. Like pre-tween. Like tween. Like, yeah. This is so weird. Me and my cousins, like my female cousins my age, we would go to the beach and we would skinny dip. And our older, like, family members, like the guys in our family, the older guys in our family would... Oh my god, this is so fucking weird. Would have towels and stuff for us. They'd go, like, supervise our skinny dipping at a public beach at, like, 2 in the morning. And we'd go in the ocean, and they'd just be waiting with towels at the, like, the shore for us and, like, covering us up and everything. And it was so fucking weird. It was so fucking weird. It was so fucking weird. I literally thought I made it up in my head. And then I talked about it with Cupid, and she was like, yeah, that really happened. And I was like, what? And she's like, yeah, it was like a rite of passage with our family. And I was like, what? She's like, yeah, every year when we went to the beach, we would skinny dip. Well, our older male family members watched. And I was like, that actually happened? What? And none of us thought it was weird? And none of us were like, oh my god, that's kind of gross. Oh my god, why is this happening? And it was just like some fucking hillbilly bullshit that I don't even know where it came from. It was like a family tradition for like 20 years. And my family doesn't stop traditions. They don't. They don't. And I was like, huh. I think I know why I blocked that out. I think I know why I thought that was fake. That I thought that was wrong. That didn't happen. But it did. And I think about it sometimes and I'm like, huh. Wow. Huh. Maybe I won't talk about this anymore. But yeah, it was really weird. Is your family a cult? Sounds like cult behavior. No, my family's not a cult. My family's pretty, I wouldn't say normal. It was just like hillbilly bullshit. My family just does hillbilly bullshit. Like okay, we would also go again. My family lives in the woods. Like my family has this big like farm in the middle of the woods and there's a lake on the property. And we would also go skinny dipping in the lake. But there was this time that like two of my older like male family members, they came back from the lake with with a snake and a towel, and I was bird watching with my aunt and I watched them beat the snake to death with bricks while I was bird watching with my aunt. Like they came back from the lake with a snake and a towel and I just watched them beat it to, like, it was horrifying. Like, I was literally sitting on the porch with my aunt, bird watching. She has binoculars. We're talking about birds. And these fucking guys, they come back and they, like, it's like concrete, like the cinder blocks. And I was like, what? That happened too? Because I brought it up. I used to tell people about it at school, and one of my teachers actually, we can't talk about this. Every horror family looked normal. No, it was like, I don't know. Sometimes I look back on the things that we do and I'm like, is my family fucking psych? I mean, there's a lot of schizophrenia. One of my aunts stuck her head in the oven. But like my family doesn't do that. Like Cupid, like anytime a snake will show up on the property, she'll move it back into the woods. Like that's what we've been taught to do. But my uncle, he's chopped their heads off with like shovels. Especially when they had chickens. And, like, he shot them with shotgun. Like, You know, I might be realizing something. Well, no. I mean, there was that time we played... Well... No, my family's... Huh. No, we're not that bad, though. We're not that bad. Like, there was... Because it's a big, like... Huh. There's the abandoned chicken coop that everybody says is haunted. Because Fox ate all the chickens. No, but like, I'm just... Excuse family behavior. Listen! It's hillbilly bullshit. It's hillbilly bullshit is what it is. You know, like those families, like in the Outlast that like kiss each other and like eat, like are cannibalizing people? We're like that, but not to that point. Like, I wouldn't be surprised if my family started one of those, but, like, we were, like... We were, like, we're not cannibals, and we're not, you know, like, it's normal. You know, when I was younger, I thought, because I have a brother, I tried pissing in the toilet like a guy, and... I was like 10. Sorry, in another life. I was like 10 in another life. And I tried pissing in the toilet like a guy, so I like standed over it. And it was at my uncle's house. And like I walked out with no britches on, just covered in piss. And I was like, guys, I pissed myself. Yeah. Like, there was this, oh my god, there was this teddy bear that was, there was like, okay, so because we lived in the woods, there was this big teddy bear that was nailed to one of the trees that we would like throw. So it was part of like this like football goal. So there was a tire, and then above the tire was a teddy bear, and they were both nailed to a tree. And you would like in between two trees, and you would try and get the football like through the tire. It was fun. Oh, and I used to have like a crack addict like Dora shed. Like there was this, okay, because my family used to race ATVs in the woods, and I know I asked so many times, but are you okay, sweet? I'm fine. I'm good. No, I'm good. I'm good. I'm good. And it was like, so we had this ATV shed, and then next to it was this really shittily made shed, like out of plywood. And there was like this, I had like a Dora kitchen setup, but it was gross. I think this is why like bugs and blood and shit doesn't bother me. I literally grew up in the middle of the fucking woods. I slept on the floor for so long with spiders. Or like when we were little, when we would run around the woods, we used to get chased by the neighbor's dogs, and well, I don't even know if they were the neighbor's dogs. They were like random dogs. We were actually told not to run in the forest by ourselves because the dogs would like chase us around. They were kind of rabid. Honestly, I should be scared of dogs with the amount of things I've seen dogs do. I'm just sitting here telling my... I don't think it's that traumatized. Was it even a teddy bear? I don't know. I don't think my family's that bad. I think we could be worse. My family's like weird and eccentric. I have another story. Okay, so Cupid, right? Cupid keeps birds. She had turkeys and guineas and chickens. Oh my. And once... So the way that chickens and like birds and stuff work is they have a literal pecking order. Like that's not an actual expression. So like if you're the runt of the litter, you get pecked. And, you know, they had these birds like outside, and there was a lot of them. So the pecking order got pretty like violent. And so one of the guineas, he was very small. He was like the runt of the litter. So they all pecked him like to the point that they opened up his skull. This is kind of gross, trigger warning. Like, to the point that they opened up his skull and you could see, like, his brain mass and everything. And he had maggots and flies. Like, flies fell in, like, would surround his brain. And then maggots got in there. This is really gross. I'm so sorry. I witnessed it and touched it, and it was bad. And me and Cupid were trying to rescue him without having to bring him to a vet because it was pretty dire. So we took him out of the cage. We took him into her house and put him in the bathtub. And, you know, we looked up all these remedies on how to get rid of maggots in a bird's brain. And, you know, I wasn't gonna touch that shit. And Cupid's ballsy. I helped her, but really it was all Cupid. I watched that girl. The way that I trust Cupid in literally any situation, literally in the fucking zombie apocalypse, Cupid is my ride or die. I literally watched Cupid fucking wash maggots out of a fucking guinea alive bird's brain. I watched her wash maggots out of a bird's brain. I repeat one more time. I watched her wash maggots out of a live bird's brain. And I helped her. And he was okay. We actually named him Cable after Cain and Abel. I don't remember why. But yeah, he was okay. Like, he actually survived. We helped him out. And it was the smell. Like, smells don't bother me anymore after that. After you smell a bird's rotting brain, nothing bothers you anymore, smell-wise. Awful. But yeah, he lived. He was fine. He healed up. We patched up his head. It was pretty gross. Probably because one of the brothers died from a rock to the head. Oh, yeah, that was probably it. But he lived, so he was both. He almost died, but he didn't. We actually were calling him, like, a zombie for a while. But he ended up staying, like, in this, like, pen by himself outside after he was, like, because he stayed in the main house for a while, but he's, like, started smelling really bad, probably because he was, like, rotting. It was gross. Man, it was gross. And then we moved him outside into a pen by himself so that the other birds wouldn't mess with him anymore. Well, his brain healed. And then they ended up selling him with his brothers. So I honestly don't know where he is or what he's doing now. I hope he's okay. I mean, he healed pretty well. I think probably one of the grossest things I've experienced in my entire life. Like, I will say this one more time. I watched and helped my best friend wash live maggots out of a rotting live bird's brain. Telling more stories. What else have I done? Oh, I've done like an ice plunge because like on my family's like forest like area, whatever, my family's farm, there's this big like pond, and it like freezes over in the winter. At least it used to. It hasn't really gotten cold enough for it. And me and Cupid and one of our other like family members, the three of us were like, who can walk into the fucking frozen lake the farthest? I won, by the way, because I'm not a fucking pussy. And I walked out to the middle of this fucking lake that is frozen over. It's slush in the middle of the winter. And I was like, this was so stupid, but I fucking won. Dude, Cupid's mom was so mad. She's like, I can't believe you guys fucking did that. I can't believe you guys, like, why are you, you're so stupid. When me and my brother were little, there was a dead squirrel on the side of the road, and we picked it up and I buried it, and we gave him a little vigil. It was so cute. My mother asked if she should be concerned that I had latex gloves just in my room. I also have a rope in there. What? I have a taxidermied bear in my room. Is that concerning? Constantly going to like science-y shit with them and like conservation work, and like there was a whole, I think I've talked about this a little bit before. It was like 6 hours straight of me digging through football game trash for recycling. So it's just nacho cheese and beans and chili hot dogs and lasagna and so on top of the normal like football stand food, you know, the traditional stuff, it was also a what is that thing called where you eat out of your trunk at a game? Like at a football game? Trail. What is it called? Like where you eat out of your, like, it's like almost like a potluck, but not. Anyway, yeah, it's food and they sit and they watch and stuff like that. It's like, there's like a word for it, but I can't remember. And yeah, it was like a whole thing. So I sifted through giant ass fucking bags of football food stand waste from all over the campus. We would have to get on the golf cart and drive around, collect the trash, come back with the giant bags. So this was at a football game at a college. And we did it for the entire campus that day. We collected all of the trash from around the entire campus, from the football game, from the trunk barbecue. That's not the word I'm looking for, but... And we took all the recycling out. We sorted through it for the recycling. And... that was pretty gross, too. I don't think it was as gross as the maggots. But just... fucking elbows deep in nacho cheese and chili hot dogs. Like... the things I experienced that day were crazy. And the thing is, I'm going to tell you this. This is actually super funny. I came that day not knowing I was helping. I thought maybe I'd help like a little bit, but I came for the football game because Cupid was playing at it. Cupid was playing because she's a musician or whatever. I was like, oh, okay, yeah, I'm coming for this. And Lovely told me there was going to be a cute girl there that's gay and that she wanted to set me up with because we went to a Halloween party together. So I was like, oh, okay, I gotta look cute. I wore tight-ass jeans and a little crop top and fucking boots. And Lovely turns around and she looks at me and she's like, she didn't even say anything. She didn't even tell me to get changed. We get there, she's like, oh yeah, we're sorting through garbage for 7 hours straight. I was like, what? She's like, yeah. I was like, what? I fucking sorted through garbage in my halfway see-through Spanx and a long t-shirt that I borrowed from some guy that was helping. It was awful. So everybody could see my ass. My ass, no, anytime I bend it over, everybody saw everything. You could fucking see my vagina. Like, it was insane. Look, Cupid came at the end of the day because she was working that day, and she came and she picked me up and everything. And she said, I saw you bend over and I almost had a heart attack. She's like, I can't believe you worked like that all day. And I'm like, don't fucking talk to me. I'm helping the environment. So it bothered me for like 2 hours because I was like, okay, my dignity is gone. This girl that I was like, maybe, possibly gonna talk to, maybe. She's seen my ass and my vagina. So there's no chance that's happening. It's day one. Nothing's happening from here. So I was like, you know what? It's fine. After like 2 hours, I was like, I don't even fucking care who sees anything right now. I'm so covered in garbage and food junk and shit. Like, the way that I never wanted to eat again after that, but it was so fun. It was so weirdly fun sorting through people's garbage. I felt like a little rat. But yeah, and then we had to go clean the stands afterwards. It was fun. Yeah, like at a certain point, like, cause I had gloves on, and I was like, at a certain point, I didn't care how gross I was. I was like, I'm gonna go take a shower, my body's gonna hurt, and I'm gonna sleep for like 24 hours after this, so it's fine. I had fun. I was dumpster diving, dude. I literally got inside a dumpster, and me and Lovely got one of the golf carts, and we booked it around campus, because we went to go collect garbage, but we also took a detour through the woods, and it was kind of fun. We, like, got stuck, and I had to get inside a dumpster, and... yeah. It was a time. I still think about it, and I'm like, I cannot believe I was in a public area with fucking just Spanx on. Like, I don't even think Spanx is the right word. Like, they were, like, bicycle shorts, but not, like, they were, like, glorified underwear. Like, they were, like, leggings material. Like, not even, like, tights material. Like, something that you, like, rip open in a hentai. That's what I was fucking wearing. And they were short shorts. They rid up, and it was a nightmare. And, like, I get, like, really bad embarrassment just thinking about it. I'm like, so many people. It was a fucking football game on a college campus. So many fucking people saw me in my purest form. That shouldn't have. And, like, adults. That I should, like, I say adults, like, I'm not a fucking adult. Like, older people. That I'm like, I want you to respect me and not think I'm a little slut. But here I am. So, you know, this is me. Why'd you wear that of the girl seeing you like that would end things? I wore it under jeans. Like, cause I wore the little shorts under jeans. Like, as underwear. I wore them as underwear. Under jeans. Cause I was like, I'm not gonna be sorting through, cause they were like my nice jeans. And I'm short. So it's really hard to find jeans that fit me without having them, like, tailored properly. So I took them off. Lovely looked at me, and she was like, yeah, that's fine. Because they were still, like, biker shorts. They were still, like, shorts. But they were, like, you know, it was a very bad day, but it was fun. But it was awful. We also popped a lot of balloons. It was very scary. I swear we were there for so long. It was insane. I don't know. Sometimes I think about that day and I'm like, huh, never going back there again. Good for me. Good for me. Oh, there was, okay, this happened again in a past life in school. I got detention because I was tardy 3 days to, I think, my morning, like my morning English class or something like that. Yeah, they gave me detention. And I had just got this new cup. I liked it a lot. Again, I was really emo in school, like a lot. So anything skulls, black, like army print, stuff like that. I wore a lot of hats, even though hats were against the dress code. I was wearing these god-awful blue, like, army print pants and a black tank top. And I had this skull cup. And, it was a glass skull cup that had, like, a lid on it. It was like a tumbler. And I brought it to school with me, that day, because I don't drink enough water. So I'm like, I'm gonna bring a water bottle to school. I'm gonna be one of those people who drinks water like I should. And, you know, my school at the time had a big, it was 2 floors, but there was 2 sets of stairs that led into this big auditorium area. Like, so when you first walk into the school, there's like this big auditorium, and then there's 2 sets, there's like a foyer. There's 2 sets of stairs on either side. And it's like, there's 1 set of stairs and then a platform and then another set of stairs, but there's only 2 floors in the school. And I was walking down the 2nd flight of stairs. I had my headphones in. I was vibing. I was jamming. I was drinking my water. And, as I'm walking down the stairs, I look up and I notice the entire school band is practicing in the big foyer atrium. There's people lined up around the place on the bottom level and on the top level, all facing me, the only person in the building, because it's after school. I'm leaving detention. I'm walking down the big stairs. It's like I'm on a fucking stage. I slip. I fall. I fall down an entire flight of stairs and shatter my glass cup and cut the shit out of my arms. I land, face planting in front of a tuba player. She stops. A couple other people near me stop. The people on the 2nd floor and can't necessarily see what's going on, but I can tell that I've shaken the entire fucking band of the school I went to. The entire fucking band of the school I went to. I interrupted their rehearsal, falling down a flight of stairs into a glass cup that I shattered all over the floor of the entrance of my school. I was mortified. I got up. I looked around. I said, oh shit. I started laughing like a fucking maniac. The tuba player, the girl that I startled the shit out of, looks at me, concern written all over her face. Are you okay? I'm laughing maniacally. Yeah, girl, I'm fine. And I ran out of the school. Covered in blood. With bruised knees. The reason I fell? My Doc Martens were untied. My Doc Martens were untied. I tripped on my shoelace. Because at the time, I didn't know how to tie my shoes. I couldn't tie a simple fucking knot. Oh my god. Your fanfiction interest shone through. It was god fucking awful. And the worst part, I had to walk home that day. I FaceTime Lovely, laughing, full of adrenaline, on the way home, walking home. It was like a 20-minute fucking walk to my house. And I call Lovely, and I'm like, hey Lovely, I just fell down a fucking flight of stairs, and I'm covered in glass. Like, I had glass shards sticking out of my fucking arms, and I wasn't like, let's go to the school nurse, let's go to the principal, let's call an adult. I fucking ran out of the building and walked home. I was bleeding. Like, it was bad. Like, it was kind of bad. I just went home. Because I was too embarrassed to ask for help. I was like, I can't be here any longer. What grade was this? I think it was like in another life. I think it was like sophomore year of high school. You didn't know how to tie your shoes? Oh. Dude, okay, so I knew how to tie my shoes, just not the right way. I still don't fucking know how to tie my shoes. It was, oh my god, it was so awful. And like, okay, I didn't even walk home all the way. Like, I walked to like a gas station, and then my stepdad fucking picked me up. And I hate that bitch. And he's just like looking at me. I didn't even tell him what happened, because I fucking hate that bitch. I was just sitting there, giggling to myself. mortified. Like, it's okay. It's fine. Everything's fine. It wasn't that bad. No one said anything to me about it after that. But it was just the idea that it was literally like I was on a fucking stage because everyone was facing towards me. They were literally playing a fucking symphony around me as I fell down the stairs. It was honestly cinematic. I think that was my one anime moment. You know? Like, if I had, like, talked, like, what if I raised up that, tuba girl? I was like, oh, I'm so hurt. Do you think you could take me to the nurse's office? A wink wink. And then we fucked in the beds in the nurse's office. That'd be sick as fuck. That's what would have happened if I had, 1, had Riz, 2, if I was an anime protagonist, and 3, if it was in a manga. Because American schools don't really have beds in their nurse's office. At least the one I'd have.